Hey, we live. I think we live. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If not, well, the hell with it. I'm going in. The hell with it, I'm going in. All right. Today we're talking about do pretty black women use childhood trauma as an excuse. Pardon me. I'm actually this multi-streaming thing's not that easy. So I'm figuring it out. Anyway, we're talking about do pretty black women use the childhood trauma as an excuse. Ooh, okay, good, cool. I like that. All right, yeah, and the video that I'm going to refer to right now is been going viral. I've been seeing it on my timeline. Other content creators have been reacting to it, and so figure we're going to do the same thing. Only because the information in this video I think is very telling. Okay, so we're talking about Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union did an interview recently, and she pretty much, I don't want to say she claimed that she was a victim, and that's why she could no longer go 50-50 with Dwayne Wade. We know that she famously said that she would do a 50-50 relationship. In this video, she actually retracted that. Okay, so we're actually gonna talk about that. I also want to discuss the idea because this kind of brings back the idea: are women the prize? Are women the prize? Right? And to me, it's obvious that women are not the prize. I know people find that to be offensive. But I mentioned before, and I'm actually writing this in my newsletter, that boxers are prize fighters, right? A boxer is a prize fighter. So what does a boxer fight for, right? He fights for a prize. What's the prize? Money. Okay? The prize is money. Now, he's fighting for money to do what, right? He's fighting for the prize to do what? To pay his bills, right? So a boxer's a prize fighter. He's fighting for a prize. The prize pays his bill. Are women the prize? Are women going to pay your bills? Right? Are women? So how can a woman be a prize if she's not going to pay your bill? A boxer is a prize fighter. He fights for a prize. That prize is money. So if a woman is a prize, she better be paying my bills, okay? And Gabrielle Union saying she don't want to go 50-50 no more. Okay, so now she's not even paying half of my bills. So, all right, I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. If you want to hop in, we're going to have the discussion here. We're reacting to the video. Let me get the video up here, y'all, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right. I have it here. No, not the entire screen. Okay. Boom. Now, look, the funny part about this video, it was done by this YouTube creator, Balanced Black Girl. Shout out to Balanced Black Girl. She has 41,000 subscribers, yet the video's been out for 3 days. It only has 8,000 views, 71,000 comments, which is funny to me because I have less than 41,000 views, but you guys know my last video did 10,000 views in 1 day. This video struggled to get 8,000 views in 3 days, right? No shame, no hate. I'm not hating. I'm just saying I think it's fun. I find that peculiar. And on top of that, a lot of content creators are actually reacting to the video. So how are they reacting to a video and that the video is not even getting more than 8,000 views? And by the way, like I said, she has 41,000 subscribers. Shout out to her, though. We're going to still react to the content. She asked a very important question to Gabrielle Union around the 30-minute mark, I think 33-minute mark. We're going to see what she has to say, but we're going to react to it all. By the way, like this video, help promote this live stream. This live stream, depends on your support. Okay, I need your support. Okay, that's how we got here. So let's make sure we do what we got to do. Like this live stream. If you're on Instagram Live, shout out to my Instagram Live people. You guys can hop over to YouTube if you like. Instagram might not want you to do that. You can hop over to Instagram and we can you can hop over to YouTube and you could have the discussion. All right. But you guys can watch on like the live stream in Instagram Live as well. We're going to play this.
My For You page at the perfect time. It had a video. Damn it, I should have been concentrating on my own angles. You had a video last year that I think you posted on TikTok that came on my For You page at the perfect time. It was advice for girlies in their 30s. It was such a good video. Yeah. I turned 35 last year, and I spent most of last year in crisis about it because I thought that that meant that I was going to like fall off a cliff and shrivel up and I don't know. And then I turned 35 and was fine and nothing happened. But I loved that video so much. And so
hold on. Let me fix this because I want to get this thing full screen. I always forget to do full screen. Bear with me. I'm new to this whole live streaming thing. I'm not a live streamer. I don't mind being a live streamer, but I'm not currently a live streamer. Let me present the full screen. I'm gonna stop that share screen there. Hold on. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Hold on. I'm gonna share the screen here. Entire screen. There you go. All right. This is a lot better. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Okay. Boom. Jay Everything, what's up, Jay Everything? He says, Jay Everything says she turned 25. She turned 35 and that forehead got bigger. Jesus, I don't know. Is that what happened? Is that the consensus here? I don't know. I think Gabrielle Union is one of the most attractive black women we've seen. I'm gonna keep it. I ain't come here to slander Gabrielle Union. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I might not agree with her, but I'm not gonna hate on that beautiful black woman. Let's keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? I'm an honest person, right? I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Ash Pass in Instagram says she was a victim of grape. I know she was a victim of grape, but my question is this. I mean, the real question is, whatever happens to you in your life, is that if you are a victim in this world, right? Does that mean now that gives you the license to victimize other people? I feel for victims. I have nothing against victims. I understand that there's victims in the world. In some ways we're all victimized, but the question is, does that give us a license to victimize other people? This is where the weird part of masculine and feminine energy come to meet, because when we have this discussion, we talk about victimhood, but the question is, does that warrant the victims to now be the predators? And I think that's kind of the conversation we're having now. Anyway, I figured out how to work this screen. Let's get back to it. Again, this lady, Balanced Black Girl, is interviewing Gabrielle Union, and she, asked her an important question, which, by the way, is going viral on YouTube right now. People are talking about it. I think it's an interesting question. I don't know what to make of it, but we're going to address it. We're going to address it. All right, Gabrielle Union, let's play the video.
Karma is going to come back because I'm going to forget, and somebody's going to zoom in on my ashy ankles and put it in their group chat or online. It always comes back fast, too. Karma's like, oh, it does. Yeah, that mirror. Fast. Mm-hmm. It's like, damn it, I should have been concentrating on my own ankles. You had a video last year that I think you posted on TikTok that came on my For You page at the perfect time. It was advice for girlies in their 30s. It was such a good video. Yeah. I turned 35 last year, and I spent most of last year in crisis about it because I thought that meant that I was going to like fall off a cliff and shrivel up and I don't know. And then I turned 35 and was fine and nothing happened. But I
listen to. Wow. I mean, I don't know if people are just going to skim over that. I'm not going to skim over that. We're going to talk about that. She said when she turned 35, she thought her life was in crisis. She started panicking, and she wants Gabrielle Union to kind of give some insight on like how should a woman feel at the age 35? Very important question. I think a lot of women want the answer to, because I think a lot of women have a similar panic, midlife crisis panic. I think men have that panic too. I won't lie. When I'm 37, when I hit 35, I was like, Jesus, I'm 35, but it just told me the importance of my time, but for women, it might be, there is no more time. They're running out of time, right? So it's a different type of calculus there. But like I said, let's continue with let's see what Gabrielle Union offers as a prescription for this.
Loved that video so much, and so many of the things you said are reminding us that like life is not a race. There's one part you said, stop lying to your therapist. I personally felt attacked by that one. Listen, they're too expensive.
I know.
Like you have, your hour, and sometimes I do double sessions. The first hour I might be lying.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's like you want help. You go there for help. You go there.
Gabrielle Union says therapy's too expensive. Very interesting there too. I mean, look, a lot of little tidbits we could address here. Therapy is expensive, and the question is, does therapy even work? From last time I checked, a lot of Black girls said they're in therapy, but is it working? Is it fixing it? Because if the problem is that Black women are, let's say, unfortunate portion of them are victims. And by the way, I think a lot of us are victims. I grew up in a broken family. I could look at myself as a victim. I had a lot of tragedies in my life. I've been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? But does that give me the warrant now to victimize other people? And I'm saying that because I think we think about people who were done unfairly, unjust in this world. I think we should consider that. But I think we forget that we can now perpetuate that and create victims as well. All right, so let's get into what Gabrielle is going to say, and then I'm going to respond to everything.
To figure out how to be your best self, and you can't get there if you lie it,
or omit. That's what I do.
The massive omissions. Like, girl, there's a big chunk that's missing, and you can't become the person that you've dreamed of, lying to yourself. And certainly, if you're lying to yourself, you're definitely gonna be lying to your therapist for sure.
Yeah. If you could go back, and it's too expensive.
No, too expensive.
I'll do better when I go on Friday.
I'm out of network too. Like, I'm not lying to this woman. I'm not
telling her at all.
No.
If you could go back and talk to your 30-something self, what would you tell her?
Now, knowing what I know, freeze your eggs. That's for me personally, not as an age thing, but it was going to take me, now I know, I have the proper diagnoses. It was going to take me longer to kind of end up where I still am. I probably still would have had to use a surrogate, but I could have started the process earlier. So it was a different kind of heartbreak. I could have made peace with it a lot earlier, sooner. That divorce isn't going to kill you. That was like a biggie, like public failure, public humiliation. Feels like death because it kind of is a death. It's an ego death, but that ego needed to go anyway. So don't fear not. Oh, the people will move on. The murder hornets will come. The river will turn red. I don't know, the aliens and the orbs or whatever. People move on. Like, you're not as important as you want to feel like you are. And everyone makes, mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes are whole ass marriages.
It's funny she says that. And this is where I think it's so interesting being a Christian, and we talk about marriage and we talk about taking vows. But women are so fast to break the vows. What do the vows even mean? Why even say the vows? Why even get married? Is when we confess that we're going to be people with someone from, sickness and through health and through sickness, for better, for worse. Why say these vows when times get tough? We just get a divorce. Divorce is just so it's like whatever now. Everything's whatever now, right? Fornication's whatever. Divorce is whatever. Masculinity is whatever, right? Everything's just like whatever now. All the morals that we may have had in this country, it's just like everything's just like whatever. And that's fine. If people don't want to be married, if they want to be able to get married and get divorced, get married, get divorced, get married, get divorced. I just don't think you're a wife if you're getting divorced. I don't think a wife gets divorced. I don't think, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but here's the reality too. Everyone you sleep with, you're technically married to, right? Because if you want to look at fornication as a real consequence and a real forbidden activity, if you will, technically, only people that are engaging in intercourse are married people. So everybody, all your notches are your exes in a sense of, from a spiritual standpoint, right? All your notches are your former spouses. And so we got to this place that how can we commit to anyone when we haven't committed to anything? right? Especially not being married, not being a Proverbs 31 wife. They said a Proverbs 31 wife, she's defined as a woman who was feminine, fit, and friendly. The way they said it was her arms are strong. If you read that passage, Proverbs 31, which is the very last part of Proverbs, it talks about how the perfect wife is a woman that will never do evil to a man her entire life. Never do evil to a man her entire life. Think about that. Never do evil to a man his entire life. And someone a man could trust, he feels safe to trust his heart with. A lot of women talk about feeling, I don't feel safe with my heart with you. The Proverbs 31 wife is the one that the man feels safe to trust his heart with, right? When people read the word, they understand that, the Bible is really guiding men. It's a guiding instruction, I think everyone should read the Bible. If you look at the Bible, it addresses the subjects very specifically. Men. It keeps warning men about women. It keeps warning men about life. It keeps warning men about other men. But, the Bible is a man's book, They say it's a man's world. Well, it's a man's Bible. It's a man's Bible. Anyway, we're going to get back to our clip. I just want to discuss these things because, when people just talk about divorce so carelessly, it's kind of, it really is a nod for a secular society, a society where marriage doesn't mean anything. And when marriage means nothing, family means nothing. When family means nothing, we have no community. We have nothing. We have no community. When family means nothing, we have no community.
And it's the shame and the fear that keeps you in it longer than necessary. It's probably the shame and the fear that allowed you to accept the ring or go on the third date. The fear of being alone or not chosen or whatever. I would have definitely told her, like, stop now. Stop, no, don't. Like, making good jambalaya does not necessarily make for a great husband. Yeah, we should have just been friends, but you couldn't have told me that. You feel like you see all of your friends getting married and you see them starting to have families and their careers are amazing. You're like, oh my God, I am a loser. Not just a little loser, like a loser. It feels like there's a neon loser sign over your head, and there's not. That's the only person who sees that is you. Absolutely, the only person who sees that is you, and perhaps family or friends that you need to cut off anyway.
That's good reminders. Turn off the neon sign.
Turn it off. Like, first of all, it's just you.
It's not just you. It's so funny though. If you just listen to people, there's a saying: if you want to prove a fool wrong, let him continue in his folly. People think that that we need to silence people. You don't want to silence people. You actually want to let them talk. You really want to let people talk. They just tell on themselves. Okay. She said back then at 35, it's almost like there's a neon sign going off on her head. Like, you're a loser. You're not married. What do you think that neon sign was? That was God. God was talking to you, girl. That was just you. It's in you. And a lot of people, that's kind of how we could reconcile with God and the idea of God is that what we'll say to ourselves is, oh, no, that's just me. My mind's playing tricks on itself. Yeah, that's a convenient conclusion. But the truth of the matter is there's a reason for that gut-wrenching feeling that you were a loser at 35 unmarried. There was a gut-wrenching feeling for that. And the fact that then you tried to rush into a marriage that ultimately ended up in a divorce, you realize that, you were trying to keep up with the Joneses, but you couldn't keep up. You see, the other women, they weren't just getting married. They were wives. They got picked. You were upset that you didn't get picked. So what did you do? You ran and you picked somebody. And it didn't work out. You realize, oh, why did I pick this guy? We should have just been friends. I should have friend zoned you. I should have never married you. I should have friend zoned you. I should have kept you in the friend zone. Unbelievable, yeah. QM says, if all these baby daddies went and married the baby moms that they knocked up, the single motherhood would be solved immediately. Absolutely. I think so. I think so. I think you, and what you're really advocating for right there is marry before you carry. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got this wrong. The Bible listen, we're in the 21st century. The Bible got this right in the first century. We're 20 centuries later, And the Bible already told that. Look, I'm not telling everybody to be Christian and be biblicist. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's a book that exists that says women should be married when they engage in intercourse, right? And for some reason, nobody thinks that's a good idea anymore. We want to try people out. We want to try marriage on out for size. I got it. I done it too, but not by force. All the times that I've had success with women in the bedroom, it was their idea, right? So not like if women just no longer had the idea of fornication, what can we do? We couldn't do anything. Women have the power to stop all this. That's the part that we need to tell people that people don't realize. Women have the power to stop all of this. They literally do, but they ignore it. Instead, they're trying to compete in the man's realm. Why compete in the man's realm to do something you'll be inadequate at, instead of compete in your own realm and do something you'll be good at and actually achieve a good result? The minute women wake up as a group and say, you know what, we're never going to carry children from men that are not our husbands. We're never going to engage in intercourse with men that are not our husbands. Problem solved. That would ripple the world, because female selection is natural selection. Who women decide to reproduce, right? Those are the offsprings of the successful, if you will, the successful procreators, right? And so, the world looks at that from a community standpoint. If you reproduce a loser, you're going to create another loser. So if you want to reproduce a winner, if you want winners in society, you got to reproduce the winners. But if everyone's reproducing with losers, they're going to get this result. Red Pill Logic said, I don't know if anybody mentioned this already, but she justified cheating on her husband because she made more money than he did. Of course, the sisterhood praised her for it. Wow, I didn't know she said that. Did she really? That's crazy. Wow. I think I think I did hear something like that. But this is so commonplace. That would even like ring off alarms to me right now if I heard someone say that. There's just so much bizarro land going on in the world. Her first husband, yeah. There's so much bizarre land going on in the world. Think about that, right? So, according to her, Dwayne Wade should cheat on her because he makes more than she does. And we're gonna find out now. And I haven't got to it just yet. We haven't got to the part where she started talking about money. She just started talking about feel like a loser at 35, not being married. And by the way, look at this woman. This woman is a absolute. I think Gabby Union's one of the most attractive women we've ever seen on television. I think Gabrielle, point blank, period. Forget about black, white, whatever. Look at this girl's jaw structure. Like, really, just, bro, look at this girl's jaw structure, dog. Look at this girl. And this woman, she's nearly in her 50s. Just look at this. This is an absolutely beautiful woman. I don't like the weave. I'm not, it looks good. Whoever styled this, she definitely is working with the people that recorded this film, because she looks absolutely amazing on camera with a fake, with fake hair. It's not her real hair, but still, just her bone structure, her face, she's absolutely gorgeous. To me, she's one of the most beautiful women that's ever been on television. However, that doesn't mean that she's infallible. That doesn't mean that what she's preaching is right. Got to call a spade a spade. Doesn't mean what she's preaching is right. And I could look at a woman and say, that's a beautiful woman, but I also could look at a woman and say, that's an evil woman now. We're surrounded by beautiful, evil women. Beautiful, evil woman, right? And I'm not saying she particularly is evil. Maybe she is, she, like you said, she was a victim. But look, if she cheated on her husband, like Red Pill Logic claimed, that means she's victimizing people. And can she use her trauma as an excuse to victimize people? QM said Wade did cheat on her. I guess because he had more. Yeah, according to her logic, right? I guess, so you're married to someone, clearly they agree, right? And then I guess he had a baby on her too, right? I guess they say she had a baby on her too. I don't know for sure. Had a baby on her. And that's how, listen, I get it. It's sad. I think ultimately, like, when I look at this as a whole, I see, again, these women, the issue is not that they're unattractive. That's not, women think, and they focus so much on their looks. The issue is not their looks. Like, the issue with Gabrielle Union is not that her hair is not naturally this long. because she's an absolutely beautiful woman. I don't even care for her hair could have been short. She's still an absolutely beautiful woman, right? I'm just look at the bone structure. Bro, you can lie if you want. This is an absolutely beautiful woman, but she's traumatized, right, by something that occurred in her life. And because of it, she's taking out her trauma on other people. So now she's the predator. And my question to you is, can beautiful black women use that as an excuse? Because this innocent woman was traumatized, and she's going to get into it. I don't know if she's going to get into it, but can she use that as a reason to traumatize and be a predator to other people? Red Pill Logic said, yeah, they were on a break from their relationship, and he ended up getting a stripper predator. Hey, you see, that's why they're the family of debauchery. Just straight debauchery over there, right? They're the family of debauchery. And look, I get it. When you think about this subject, Hollywood is a weird place, man. Hollywood, right? I gotta be careful because I know YouTube's a new Hollywood, right? YouTube's a new Hollywood. So I know that, like I said, this lady, this video only did 8,000 views yesterday. 3 days ago, I had a video yesterday that did 10,000 views in a single day, right? And I'm not trying to hype myself up. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say that's the reality. You feel me? So here's a way. This is a Hollywood actress that literally her name is in the title of the description of the video. The first word of the video, right? The title of the video is Gabrielle Union on embracing vulnerability, moving through creative blocks. And the video right now is sitting at 8,000 views, which again, I don't think that's an issue. I think that's fine. It could be at 8,000 views all at once. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't concern me at all. But I think it's telling. I think it's telling that, a video at 8,000 views with Gabrielle Union's name in it, even though it's going viral, I'm only reacting to it because someone else in the manosphere talked about it. I didn't hear about it. I think I seen Anton reacting to it. So I was like, all right, let me hop on. A shout out to Anton Daniels. I like Anton's content. So I thought he had an interesting reaction too. You guys can check out his reaction when you're done watching this live stream. But yeah, it's all this is shocking to me. What she said is shocking to me. The fact the video's not performing that well is shocking to me. I can't say this though. Shout out to you guys because my channel is going up. My channel is going up. I'm actually really proud of what the channel is doing. Yesterday we got my video that dropped yesterday is setting over 10,000 views just yesterday. I want to share this because you know what? We got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about it, man. Hey, hold on. Did I bounce from that altogether? Oh, shit. All right, let me duplicate this. I like that feature. By the way, I love that feature on YouTube. Well, on Safari. Oh, no. Wait. Okay. No, I didn't have to do that. Okay. Right, where is it? Okay, boom. I thought I lost the video. No, the video's right here, dummy. All right. Let me share the screen again, though. All right, you guys see my window, right? The video, by the way, shout out to Balanced Black Girl. The video is sitting at 8,000 views in 3 days, right? And she has 41,000 subscribers, okay? And like I said, the title of the video starts off with Gabrielle Union. The very beginning of the title of the video is Gabrielle Union on embracing vulnerability and moving through creative blocks. That's the name of the video, right? Gabrielle Union and moving through, the vulnerability and creative blocks, right? And it only has 8,000 views, 71 comments. If we go over to my channel, shout out to everybody to subscribe. By the way, yes, we hit 10,000 subscribers. A big deal for me. I've been trying to become successful for talking for so long. I'm so glad that I am now, and I can use it as bragging rights. But we dropped the video yesterday. Pretty Black Woman feeling the pain as black men walk away. That video just did 10,000 views. Shout out to you guys, right? Because we're performing pound for pound better than a lot of people without celebrity help. This girl, and like I said, I'm not dissing her. I'm just trying to say I'm kind of bigging up the success as a community that our voices are being heard as men, right? We need to capitalize on this opportunity because we actually have a community of men, right? Everybody in my comments, everybody that's subscribed to my channel, this is our community, right? This is the Shape Squad. And I'm saying that to say I want to empower you by open your voice. If you like these videos, if you like what I'm putting out here, comment. Talk about it. I want to hear what you got to say. Genuinely. I'm not like these other people that just want interaction and engagement for fun. This is a real issue in our community, and we got to have a discussion about this. And that's what we're doing. We've been having a real conversation about it. QM says, to be honest, if you have lived on earth, rich or poor, you probably have experienced trauma or you have inflicted the trauma. Repent, forgive, and give therapy if necessary. I agree with that. Absolutely. I know I have my trauma. I'm just keeping it real. I know I do. But, I've read the book Emotional Intelligence. I think it's one of the best books you can read. By the way, you guys could, if you click on the link in my in the description of this video or in my bio, I have my Amazon affiliate link. And one of the books that I recommend is Emotional Intelligence. And it says something very important in that book. It says, you're not what happens to you. You're who you become. It's not what happens to you. It's who you become, right? Life is not about what happens to you. It's who you become. And a lot of people, if they're inflicted with trauma, they become the predator, right? They become the aggressor, right? They become narcissistic. They become very dangerous to people around them if they've been traumatized. A lot of women, if they're unhappy, if you look at a lot of women that are unhappy in the world, it's because of their trauma, right? A lot of people might not know some successful people have a lot of trauma, right? And she's one of them, right? And they push through it, right? She's showing up beautifully, she got married, remarried, she had kids, so clearly she's pushing through her trauma. But the deeper question is, can we use trauma as an excuse for our bad behavior? Red Pill Logic says, embracing vulnerability, moving through creative blocks sounds like a fancy way of saying her career has run its course and she's washed. It's possible. Like I said, this video only did, and I'm really shocked by it, only did 8,000 views with her name in it. And she's actually in the, not like someone just making a reaction video to her. She's actually in the video. Like I said, our channel, we did a video, my channel yesterday, I dropped the video, the 10,000 views in a single day. No mention of Gabrielle Union's name. I'm not even trying to use anybody for clout. Just did the work. And it's all original. Not even a reaction video. I know some people get mad at me. I react to, you react to Destro, you react to this person. Yeah, I'm reacting to people, but what I'm really reacting to is the conversation, right? I'm really reacting to the conversation. I'm not really, you guys are focused on the people. I'm really reacting to the conversation. As Past 23 says, no one cares about Gabrielle Union. Yeah, I think people do care about Gabrielle. I disagree with you. That, by the way, she commented on Instagram. I think they do care about Gabrielle Union. I don't agree with you on that. I think they care about Gabrielle Union. Maybe she's not as popular as she used to be, but you don't really become unfamous. If Gabrielle Union wants to build back a career for herself as a YouTuber or whatever, it might take a little while, but she could do it. You can reinvent yourself. Once you're famous, it's hard to become unfamous. People don't understand this. People who don't, if you don't chase status, you don't understand this concept. But, clearly I'm someone that chase status, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not apologetic about it. I'm chasing status, absolutely. Because for me, status allows me to have the conversation. Status allows me to leverage deals a lot better. I can leverage a deal better with status, right? Because now status gives you power in a way where if I want to have a conversation with someone else that could be very valuable to me, I could use my status as I don't want to say olive branch, right? But you can use your status as a way to it gives someone a reason to take the phone call with you, right? To take the meeting with you, right? And if you think about a lot of these people, a lot of these celebrities, they don't really like each other. They just deal with each other because they both have status and they both have success. And so they're like, all right, let's collaborate to combine our success, our audiences, and this is how we all make money, right? The rich people hang out with the rich people, and it comes like this billionaire boys club type of thing. Hood Hobby says she's broken and she hates D-Wade for saving her. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I don't know if she hates D-Wade. I think she rocks with D-Wade. I don't know if she hates D-Wade. Not at all. By the way, guys, like this video. My last 2 lives did really well. Again, we could talk about, we don't got to just talk about Gabrielle Union, baby. We on, this is Call Me Safe Slide, baby. On live on Instagram, we're live on YouTube. My last couple lives have actually all been in 1,000 views, right? 1.4 thousand, 1.4K and 1.1K for the last 2 lives, right? In this format. So, shout out to you guys. Because of y'all, we actually have this community growing. Your voices, I urge everybody who's subscribed to my channel, like my work, be vocal about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this be a silent majority type of thing. Let's be a vocal majority, okay? And let's have the conversation, because I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm saying that I want people to rally around me and have the conversation. That's it. I'm not here trying to be your Messiah. I'm not here trying to be, we have a Jesus. I already have. I'm not trying to be your idol. I have an idol. That's why I'm wearing him on my head. You can just see this is my idol. Okay. This is the man that I fear. Okay. So, don't salute me. You feel me? Don't salute me. Sean Harris says, listening from Seton Hall University. Shout out to Seton Hall University. Jersey in the building, baby. Yeah. Shout out to Seton Hall, man. That's dope. I appreciate that. I don't have too many college kids that follow me, to keep it real with you. You're definitely in the minority, but shout out to you, Sean Harris. 65% of my audience is older than me, and I'm 37. So the fact that 65%, but I'm just trying to have the conversation. Again, I'm not trying to be anybody's idol. Anyway, let's get back into the video. I want to get to it because we're already 36 minutes in, and she got a lot more to say. So I want to make sure we say it. I just want to make sure we say it. Red Pill Logic just donated $10. Shout out to you, Red Pill Logic. I appreciate it. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. He says, just a little something for the jar tip. Keep doing your thing, brother. You're making a difference. I believe so. I believe we are making a difference, right? I'm not the only person here. I know people look at me like the leader of all this, but really, this is a group of people. People rock with me because of the group of men that are following this movement. Men like you, right, that are following the movement. That's what's really big, right? When I was here, when you guys weren't here around me, nobody was really listening to what I had to say. So I keep trying to urge people, use your voice, you know what I'm saying? Because the community is what people are after right now. The audience is what happened. You guys are the audience. You guys are the Shape Squad, and use your voice. So shout out to you, Red Pill Logic. I really appreciate that. And I am going to keep doing the work. Thank you, my brother. All right, so we're going to keep playing some of this video. I want us to just really have the conversation about this because it's important. This is absolutely important. Hold on. Let me stop share that. I'm going to, hold on. Let me make this full screen again. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. I'm not the master of this shit just yet, but I'm getting there, okay? I'm getting there. All right. Get back to the video.
You're killing it. Even if you just got up today and brushed your teeth, though I have many a day, not brushed nor flossed, and because I just didn't have it, but I opened my eyes. Because when I wanted to maybe if I go to sleep and I just don't wake up, that's best. But you wake up, it's a win. It's a win. And that might be it for the day. Just opening your eyes. But we have to take every single win, because that really might be your win for the week. But maybe the next week, now we're brushing, we're flossing, like we might, I don't know, turn our camera on the Zoom. I don't know. But there's things to shoot for, and this is not the end. It's not the end. Feels like it. It's not. It's really not. You will live to see another day. Until you aren't. And all that time that you wasted thinking the world hates you, or it's over, or you're a loser, or no one's going to choose you or love you or whatever. I've lost friends earlier than I had imagined. And I lost my good girlfriend to metastatic breast cancer. And so she was aware the end was coming, and all the things that she hadn't done, all the things that she put off because I gotta have this many years in my career, and I gotta do this and this. I need the perfect apartment. And when it was the end, she was like, none of this shit mattered. None of it mattered. And the only thing she was really committed to was bleaching her mustache. She was like, I'm not going out like this. But the things that mattered weren't anything that she lost sleep over. Not one thing. And she died at 35. And all of the things that feel like they could break you, have broken you. You are dust. You are broken to, like, you can't even put it back together. That's what you feel like. I can't come back from this. I'll never come back from this. Whether it's a loss of a relationship or a job or your health or, hair. That's not it. It's not. And I'm from the other side. Like, I'm notes from the other side. You'll be okay. Keep going. Celebrate your little wins. Big wins, medium-sized wins. Now I look back, like I'm looking back at my younger self. I'm looking back at my younger friends, coworkers, and I'm like, oh my God, but you have to go through it to know that, okay, feels like it's killing me, but it's not. And then you see them a year or two later and they're like, girl, I'm like, I told you. It wasn't the end of the world. And look at you, the life that you wanted, that you thought was about to be denied you. And it's not how it turned out.
No, that's such a beautiful reminder. Thank you for that.
I remind myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to remind myself.
It. Even sometimes when you're the messenger, I know sometimes I will say things because I need to hear it. And if other people benefit from it, great. But sometimes even as the messengers, we need to hear it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And asking for help doesn't make you helpless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make you helpless.
Have you had to learn how to ask for help?
Yeah, because I know all the answers. Not like I have to ask for help from a therapist, but I famously said 50-50 or bust, right? And and I meant that in every financially, spiritually, emotionally. And there's just a lot of days that I have 10% and I need him to be 90. There's days I don't have shit and I need him to be 100. And I realized that so much of, my anxiety, I was diagnosed with PTSD after being sexually assaulted at 19. The extreme anxiety, the anxiety attacks, the being hyper-focused on efficiency and time and being fiercely independent are trauma responses. And when I started to really unpack that, a couple years ago, I was a part of my girlfriend Octavia Spencer's show, Truth Be Told, and it was about girls in the Bay Area where I was sexually assaulted, Black girls, brown girls in the Bay going through this. And there was the culmination was on the courthouse steps of the Alameda County Courthouse, the same courthouse I testified in front of the grand jury. And something in me broke, completely just broke. And I'm not even one of those people who can cry on cue, child. I'm like, bring in the menthol. But something in me broke and it felt wild. I am a very controlled person. And I was going home every day crying to my husband. And he's like, who is this person? And I was remembering smells, sounds, feelings that my brain, thank God, had blocked out for, it was 92. So how many years is that? It's going to be 33 years. Had blocked out. And it came back in a whoosh. And I realized so much more about myself and what I survived and the power of your brain and the power of your body. But I was ready to finally deal with all of it and start the work on releasing the new things that came up. But part of that work that I'm still working on is that trauma response, timing myself doing the dishes, timing everything. And when people are late, it's rude, but it makes me feel like you hate me, that you want something terrible to happen to me. It's not just, you got caught in traffic. It's you want something terrible to happen to me, because as long as I can control time, as long as, as my brain is constantly moving and I'm thinking of every scenario, and people are like, oh, you're so quick-witted. I'm like, no, I thought about this question a billion times. It's a trauma response. It's never wanting to be so out of control. I don't have control over what is happening to my body. And 50-50 is I'm not going to be vulnerable enough to trust you with 100% of anything. Not my heart, not my cash, not my, my energy. And when I started to really address that, and I was like, do you want to pay the whole mortgage? I thought I was about to die. I had such anxiety. Like, I was crying, I was shaking. And he was like, yeah, you insisted on that. He's like, I thought it made you feel better. I'm like, it did. And right now I want to take it back, but let's just try for a month. And I was like, I couldn't, like, it felt like there was something blocking in my, from even swallowing or breathing. It felt crazy. Now it sounds crazy to be like, you, Mr. NBA superstar, who made a bazillion more amount of money than I do, can pay the mortgage, because I hate the feeling of releasing that to someone.
So she gave us the whole book on how modern women are. This is everything. She literally just dropped everything you need to know about modern women. Everything. I wanted to stop her earlier. My bad, guys. I know you want me to hop in there. I ain't trying to hear what Gabrielle Union got to say. Y'all want to know what the conversation is. But again, like I said, stupid people want to silence people. The truth is, you just let them talk. Let people talk. They're going to tell on themselves. So because of her trauma, she's saying that she doesn't know how to cooperate with a man. She doesn't know how to let a man lead her and provide for her. Okay? She's earning money so a man doesn't have to lead her. Again, a lot of women don't want to submit to a man, right? If they pay 50-50, nowadays, if a woman goes 50-50 with you, it's because she doesn't want to submit. I suspect that women that even want you to pay 100%, they don't want to submit either. You know what I'm saying? I think, I don't think I think it goes both ways. Hold on, a couple comments. We got Funzo Ku from Nairobi, Kenya. What up, bro? He said, I'm locked in, man. Call me Shape. Hey. What's up, man? Jersey in the building, Kenya in the building. What's happening? Thank you for the donations, people. It's important to me that I keep this conversation going, because now that we rally up an audience, right? I think this audience is brilliant. A lot of the comments that I've read on the videos that I put out, I'm really happy with. I'm really happy with how sensible a lot of the men in my community are. I really am. I'm being honest with you. This is the part that I get to say I really enjoy about what I do, is that we've built an audience that is reasonable. A lot of these people are not reasonable. Anyway, let's get to the comments. QM says, if you think Gabby is broken, then you really don't know what broken is. Go back at your local sideshow and you'll find broken people. Yeah, I mean, bro, the saddest thing about trauma is that if when it breaks a woman, she's done. There's like nothing you can do for her, yo. That's the worst part about it. You can't even save them. The reason why not to be a Captain Save-A-Ho, whatever, is because you won't actually be able to save them. You can't save them. Nothing you can do for them. Can they save themselves? It's possible they can. I'm not saying they can't save themselves. I'm saying you can't save them. If a woman's saved by you, trust me, she saved herself. Reptologic said D waited her. She don't run nothing in his house because she didn't pay only bills. She agreed to 50-50 so she could have some say-so in his house. Yeah, and that's probably what it was. And he makes a lot more money than she does. And we're not talking about a little bit more money. This is not like $100,000 to like 150, right? This is like $10,000 to like $2 million. That's a disparity in what they earn. Dwayne Wade as an athlete, he is a Hall of Famer in a way. I don't think Gabrielle Union is going to be looked at as like a Hollywood Hall of Famer. I mean, how many Oscars does Gabrielle Union have? I don't know. Does she have a lot of Oscars? I don't know. That's something we could look up. I think she's actually one of the most beautiful women that has been in Hollywood, personally. Her movie Bring It On Fire movie came out when I was a kid. And I thought back then, I'm like, damn, like there's some bad black women on television. There's some attractive, she wasn't the only one, right? I mean, there's a lot of beautiful black women I grew up seeing on television. That's why it hurts me when people say there's no representation. What do you mean representation? You have Gabrielle Union. What do you mean? You want more. See, we're so greedy as a community. We want to be everything, and we want to be everything, and we want people to worship us. They don't need to. Listen, we can worship ourselves. We can value ourselves. If you want to value yourself, keep your legs closed and carry a child after you're married, not before. We as a community, we don't need people to worship us. So many modern women want some man to obsess over them. Baby, you obsess over you. Okay? Take care of you for you. No, take care of you for me, and I'm gonna take care of me for you. Okay? I mean, women are competing in the field we don't need them to compete with. Dwayne Wade did not need her to pay the bills, but he let her to make her feel better. Like I said, if you want to prove folly, you want to prove fool in his folly. Excuse me. If you want to prove a fool in his folly, let him continue his folly. If you want to prove a fool wrong, let him continue in his folly. Yeah, he went along with it, even though he knew, I can pay all this like nothing. And she even admitted to that. Anyway, let's get right back to it. I'm gonna step off camera really quickly, but I'm gonna play what she has to say, and I'm gonna keep responding.
And you release that to someone, chaos can happen. And so these are baby steps. Now, did I settle on about 35% of the more, instead of 50? Sure. But, I'm trying to, okay, you got it. And it's brought us closer because he knows it's not about whether he can afford it. It's being vulnerable enough to be open enough to know that I'm okay. I'm okay as his wife. I'm okay. He's okay as my husband. I'm okay in this family. I'm okay in this home. I deserve it. And I'm okay. And no matter how much I want to try to control time or people or every situation by overthinking about every single thing that could possibly happen that never happens, I'm not any safer. I'm not any further along. If anything, I've made my life and my world smaller. And so I'm trying to expand my heart, expand all of the notions of what vulnerability can look like. And I'm saving a lot of money, really, is what it gets down. But it feels good to, relinquish some of the things that I really thought kept me safe. It's like my security blanket. Mm-hmm. My accountant is like, girl, get a blanket. Like, get a weighted blanket if you need to. But it's baby steps, and I don't have all the answers. And I said it so definitively, on my boys' podcast. I remember 50-50. And the reaction was wild to me. I'm like, everybody doesn't do this? I mean, I know there's people who don't do this, but the reaction was so aggressive. And for me, it felt like empowerment. You know what I mean? And not just mine. Because it was like, when you've been loved conditionally, when you have a couple nickels more than somebody else, people change how they treat you and they want to be around you and they will shift and change their notions of love to be in your world.
And see, women see that as a bad thing. I don't see that as a bad thing. And this is why men and women are very different. It doesn't bother me that people want to be around me if I'm successful. I get it. People are like, oh, you're using me for money, blah, blah. No, you're using me because you see me as valuable. And I'm going to use you because now you become valuable if you're willing to follow. Listen, when you have influence and you have money, you can get people to do what you want them to do. And I'm not saying get them to do some evil stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm saying? Obviously, people go down that route. Oh, my God. But power is getting someone else to do what you want them to do. But women don't want power. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is just evidence of it. Women don't want to influence people because they have their coins, their money up. They want people to love them genuinely for them. Women want to be loved for who they are without money. Right? This unconditional love. Even though they love conditionally. They want to be loved unconditionally. Gabrielle Union does not want to be with a man because she got money. No. She wants to be with a man that loves her unconditionally. And the way she could determine that is if he has more money than her, there's no way he can love her for money because she's broke compared to him. Right? Doesn't make sense, but this is what women believe. And so if you want to deal with women, you have to understand this about women. They want to be loved unconditionally. However, they're not going to love you unconditionally. You have to accept this. As the issue in our community is men and women don't understand each other. The minute we get to a place where we understand each other, our community is going to be better off. We're going to be better off because it's the ignorance of men, it's the ignorance of women that's creating all this tension. The more, if women understood men the way their ancestors did, we wouldn't have none of these issues. Remember, in the first century, women were stoned to death if they weren't a virgin on their wedding day. These are all historical facts. You can say whatever you want to say about the Bible, but hey, there are humans back then that said this happened. So these are eyewitness accounts from the first century. You can say, oh, it's not true. Well, you weren't there. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if it's true or not. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, but there's eyewitness accounts that say that women in the first century were stoned to death if they weren't married. Okay, I mean, if they weren't virgins on the day of their marriage. Okay, and I'm not saying that we should do that now. That's not the point. The point is that they protected a woman's chastity so much they even thought that the fear of death should prevent women to actually engage in fornication. The fear of death, right? Because it's not like nowadays where only 1 out of 26% women are 1 out of 26%. Oh, sorry. 1 out of 4 black women get married. 25%, 26%. Back then, everyone got married. And it's kind of like that in some places still. In India, everyone still gets married. You know, I trained an Indian client, and she was, you know, for those who don't know, I'm a personal trainer, and I had a lady who was a married woman, and her husband was a man that she had an arranged marriage with. His family chose each other, you know what I'm saying? Arranged a marriage between each, the son and the daughter, which was her husband was someone's son, and she was somebody's daughter. And based on what the family could gain from working together, they arranged the marriage. And so, you know, she's only been with her husband. I trained a woman who only been with her husband. We would have some deep conversation. And one day she told me is in India, everyone gets married, right? Everyone has arranged marriages. Even like people like, she'll tell me there's a woman who's in a wheelchair and she was crippled since like, I guess, birth or whatever. She's just someone that had like a disability. And even she got a husband because there's another family who had someone might not be as crippled, but had some kind of disability, and they married 2 disabled people together. But they were disabled in a way where one could kind of help the other, but you know, it was kind of a fair match, as fair as possible. And that's what this is. Marriage is really a business deal in which we both have to honor the deal for it to have any value. If we're both willing to just say, "Oh, the hell with you, I don't like you anymore," marriage has no value. If you could just say, that's why the whole no, remember back in the day, even in America, you need to have a reason for a divorce. I forgot what it's called. Oh my God, what's the term for no reason divorce? You know, I don't know the term for it. There's a term for the no reason divorce. I can't think of it. But remember, prior to that, you had to have a reason to divorce. Also, we should have blood tests. You had to take a blood test to get married before. So you actually had to be compatible by blood. It was that deep. You know, it was a business thing. But now, again, we're living through this, the love. I want to feel the love. The women are chasing this kind of romantic love that they're looking for. And if they don't find it, they want to get divorced. They want to break up their family because they want that romantic love that's the highest priority for most women, to be in a relationship, a long-term relationship that has a strong flow of love. And that's more important than the duty of being a wife. QM says increasingly numbers of women don't have children. Child-free women are getting easier to come across per all sorts of data sources. That's absolutely true. There's a stat. No, there's a stat that says, is it 60% of women ages 25 to 44 are going to be single and childless by age 2030. I think it said 60 or 70%. Like a high number, you know, not like 10%, right? Not a low number. They said a high number, so I'm pretty sure it was like 60 or 70%. So more than half are going to be single and childless by 2030, right? Age 25 to 44, which is good news for men, right? It's bad news for them because it said a lot of women didn't get picked. Good news for us to say there's a lot of unpicked women. However, a lot of these women probably going to be damaged goods. My assumption is women are going to be more traumatized 5 years from now than they are now. I think the trauma is going to increase because Here's what's going to have to happen in the next 4 years. We're going to have, well, here's what's likely to happen in the next 4 years. We're likely to have another recession, which is probably going to wipe out a lot of women. You know, we're definitely having massive layoffs with women in the government field. And a lot of those women won't be able to recover, right? And so they might be forced to team up with a beta male or an average man in order to survive. And that might be a good thing. That might be a good thing. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of content from that. Women saying, hey, you know, like, I decided to cooperate with a man because I needed to survive. Right? All right. Also, if anybody wants to join, I almost forgot about this. I'm just running this show by myself. If you want to join the live, here, I'm going to put a link into the description. You guys could more than welcome to join the live. We can have a discussion if you're still tuned in. And just be respectful. You know, let's have the conversation. You know, are women using trauma as an excuse to traumatize other people? You got to cam up, you know, and we can have a discussion. You know, because listen, you know, say what you want about Gabrielle Union. You know, some people say she don't matter anymore. She's left over. She is one of the most attractive black women that's been in Hollywood. Right? So she represents the height of what it means to be black and beautiful. And she's on television. People always talk about we need representation. Gabrielle Union is that. She really, I mean, you got to think about it. Gabrielle Union is an 8, 9, or 10. Gabrielle Union is an 8, 9, or 10. That's why it's so funny. People say she's all washed up. She's left her. What? Okay, so bad baby, right? Everyone loves her. There's all this conversation about bad baby, you know, and all these different people in the hip hop sphere. Are they more beautiful than Gabrielle Union? You know what I'm saying? We looked at her because she's popular, she got money, and she made $75 million of her OnlyFans. Yeah, but she's still an average, below average woman. Why do we even care? Nelson Charles says she's a C-level actress at best. Maybe. I mean, if you say so, but what about beauty? She's not a C-level beauty. She's an 8, 9, or 10 for sure. Gabrielle Union's 8, 9, or 10. You could listen, I could disagree with someone and still tell you they're 8, 9, or 10. She's still an 8, 9, or 10. So, you know, it's up for you. Listen, your own life, right? A lot of people, if you want to fool yourself, right? I don't lie to myself. It's one of the most important principles you should live by. Never lie to yourself, right? Women do horrible at that. But never lie to yourself, right? I will never look a beautiful woman in her face and just say, you're ugly, just to try to smite her and lower her self-esteem. That's retarded. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. You could be a horrible person and be attractive. I don't have to slight you in that way. We all have flaws. So, you know, if I want to slight you, there's a flaw that's going to be the truth that I can point to, right? So, but my whole point is that people inflate things about themselves to make themselves feel better and discount things about themselves to make themselves feel better. And they do that in other people too. They'll discount qualities of people that they really like to make them feel better. And they'll inflate qualities that are terrible, right? They'll exaggerate it to make that person seem like the devil, you know. And I don't subscribe to that nonsense. Like I said, that's brain confusion. You're gonna confuse yourself as a person. I don't subscribe to that. Anyway, Nelson says she's a 9 for sure. Yeah. Gabby, that's what I'm trying to say. Gabrielle Union is. I'm telling you, like, if you married a girl like Gabrielle Union, you got a badass wife. Your wife, when you walk through a room, you got a head turner, yo. Your wife is like we're not talking about like kind of good looking. Your wife Gabrielle Union looks better than majority of women she's around almost at all times. If Gabrielle Union's in the room, she's probably one of the most attractive women in the room at that moment. It's just the truth. You know, like I said, I'm not into lying, so you know, I ain't here to argue. You know what I'm saying? Her beauty. Y'all can do that. I know a lot of people around like, I'm not attracted to black women. I don't find black women attractive. They're idiots. I've seen white boys say, I don't find black women attractive. I don't find black women attractive. Bro, there's no way you look better than her. Has anyone seen no homo? This is going to sound mad wild, but this is for all the racist people out there. Has anyone seen a white man they find more attractive than Gabrielle Union? It's a fucking rhetorical question. I don't even got to really ask that question. I already know the answer. No. She's an 8, 9, and 10 as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. So if you're a white man, Asian man, whatever, if you're a man, you can't see that she's beautiful. Something's wrong with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And when people tell me beauty's not objective, yes, it is. Beauty is objective. People aren't. Beauty is objective. People aren't. Just like intelligence is objective. You could tell someone's intelligent, right? It's objective. You could fool yourself. Maybe you don't know what an intelligent person is, but a reasonable person can tell you what an intelligent person is. Kiram says Gabrielle is more attractive than women half her age and more fit. So she's young. Black women have qualities women to look up to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, even if I hold black women accountable, I'm not gonna lie about them, That's the difference between me and these other content creators. These other content creators will lie. They'll try to say things to discount black women. I'm not gonna do that. Now, do I like her weave? No. Do I like this long ass weave she got here? No, I don't like this long ass weave. But if you look at this girl's jaw structure and you tell me she's not an 8, 9, or 10, my brother, you can't see. You don't even know this is geometry. It's just geometry. Look at the geometry, brother. That's all it really is. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that if I marry a woman that looks like Gabrielle Union, I got a bad bitch. You understand? I want you to understand this. So I might not agree with Dwayne Wade, but Dwayne Wade if you wake up next to a girl like that, you got a bad bitch. Can you imagine waking up to a girl that looks like Gabrielle Union, brother? Come on now. Anyway, I don't want to glaze her all day, but I have to make this point because some people are such idiots that they can't tell the truth. You got to be able to praise people for the things that they're good at and condemn them for the things they're bad at. But you have to do both. A lot of people just condemn. They never praise. I must make it a point to praise because it's something that we don't do. Anyway, we're going to let her keep talking because, no. Whoa, we're already an hour in here. All right. I'm about to hop off of this. So yeah, if you guys last few minutes, if you want to call in and have the discussion, we could do it. I'm about to hop off and go back into making some more videos, but I wanted to discuss this. I didn't really want to make a long video about this because I felt like it was unnecessary. So I chose it for a live stream. Hope you guys enjoy it. Remember, like this live stream if you're still watching it. We should have how many likes we got? How many likes we got in the live stream? You guys know? Let me know. Someone type in the chat how many likes we got in the live stream. How many likes we got? Chat, you guys got to help me in the chat. Don't just watch. Don't just be ninja watchers. I need y'all to help me here. I'm trying to run a show. If you support me, help me. How many likes we got in the live stream? Because I want to just see if we up to par. Because we need you guys to like and support this. We got to get this message out. Nelson said 27 likes. All right. So, but get my likes up, y'all. 27 likes. That's good. I think we could do better than that. So get the likes up. Like I said, this video that we're reacting to only did 8,000 views in 3 days with Gabrielle Union in it. The video I dropped yesterday did 10,000 views in 1 day. That means as black men, we have a voice. We have a voice. Your voice is just as powerful as Gabrielle Union. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. But I'm going to convince the black men that support me, the men that support me, use your voice. Be vocal. Don't just come in here. You ain't joined the whole Shape Squad. You ain't join this community just to sit back and just watch. This is the moment where you guys get to play football too. I don't know how the people stress like Gabrielle Union talked about too. I don't know if I can find it. I didn't say I can find it, but she addressed people in the comments. She addressed it. Comments are its own new thing now. People understand. The comment section is its own thing. Hold on.
Asking because do I work out and listen to Michael McDonald? Yes, I do. And I absolutely miss stories. Absolutely. So I had to go back and, re-listen. So I don't know. I'm one of those people. I'm a purist, I guess, in that way. I also just learned what Apple Pay was in the last year. So I'm also old. So I don't know. It could be a combination of both. You know what I also recently reread was Atonement.
Oh, I never read that.
I love that book.
Do I need to read it?
I mean, if you're a fan of historical fiction. Yeah. This is a movie. And it's going to give me that ending in our movie. Mm-hmm. The adaptation take a lot longer. And there's never going to be a right answer. You bring in all the, the best writers that you think are right for the job. And, it's a challenge between the author of the book and the writer who's doing the adaptation, because it feels like you're inviting someone in to insult you and something that is so near and dear and precious to you. every and, but, or the is precious, is there for a reason. And here comes this person that's like, I mean, it's okay, but like my script is going to be like better. And that's what it feels like, whether that's real or imagined. It's what it feels like. And watching people get their heart broken sucks. And I saw it too many times. I was like, I'm good. Nobody is adapting this unless I decide to do it myself. But it's hard. It's very, very hard. And I think for the audience that loves those characters and loves the story, it's hard. It's hard to truly embrace the new thing, you know? We got lucky because Annie Hathaway was, she's so beloved. And Nicholas, we kind of very much lucked out, but there were very heartbreaking conversations with Robin that they're like, can you have this? I'm like, there are 87 producers on this, but
yeah, I don't know. I wanted to bring up the point where she talked about the comment section, because I thought, by the way, guys, you understand your comments, people read them. People read. You may think that no one reads your comment, and the people that do comment, they understand this. People read your comments, and I've seen this with some of the videos I put out. What I've learned by becoming a YouTuber is I've learned that there's really two elements to it, right? There's the creator, and then there's a community, right? So I'm the creator, right? But the community has a lot of the say of how all this goes, right? Because the videos you guys watch are the videos I'm gonna continue to try to make things like, right? So I'm serving you guys as a community. That's 1, 2. And then when you're vocal on these things, you invite discussions that I might never even thought of. I look at my comments and I say, gee, you know what? That might be a good idea to pursue as far as content, and this is what it is, Aaron P says, I agree, Shape. Gamble Union is a solid 8 or 9. Beautiful, tattoo-free skin. Bro, hold on. Yo, bro, let me clap it up, bro. Please. I'm one of the few people I thought I'm the only one that likes tattoo-free skin. I guess I'm not. Shout out to you, my brother. I love black tattoo-free skin. Is just like, oh my God. And fit, oh my God. He said, but yeah, tattoo-free skin. Well-spoken, tall, generally dresses classy, and has a down-to-earth attitude in interviews. She's a super win. You know what I'm saying? I think, I would be, if I was in the same room as Gabrielle Union, I know I'd be looking. I'd be like, Jesus Christ. How many basketball players has a more attractive wife than D Wade? I'll wait. How many basketball players have a more attractive wife than D Wade? I'll wait. She really is that. She is really her. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of black girls think and where's her bat wings? She don't even got bat wings. Where's her bat wings? She don't even got bat wings. This girl came in here with the most minimal makeup look. No bat wings. And she's stunning on y'all. This girl is absolutely good. She's stunning on y'all with the most minimal makeup. This is a black woman, y'all. So thank you guys for suggesting that she's not she's not a basic girl. She's 8, 9, or 10. Yeah, I don't know. It's it would be hard to give her a 10 because no one's perfect, but it would be also hard not to give her a 9 because she's damn near that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't like the weave. I'm not crazy about this long ass shit she got here, but that don't matter. If you just look at the jaw structure of this woman, she literally is. We're not gonna see a woman as beautiful as her and almost positively ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like in this realm, because how long has this been? And she's still more attractive than most of the Hollywood stars now. She really is. Like y'all think Lori Harvey's the shit because y'all got light skin bias. People all have the light skin bias. You know what I'm saying? This is a light skin Lori Harvey type of girl. She's not Lori, obviously, but she got the light skin girl look that a lot of people bank on. And that's why she probably got a show.
Ooh, that's even when it comes for me.
Yeah.
Unless you're my child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you're my kid.
Yeah. Not every note should be taken. I think that's a big.
So she just talked about it. Okay.
Me. How do you decipher what notes?
Yeah, like they want to know themselves, but they don't want to know anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And those people, the collective they, it's like diversity in theory. Like, you ever walk into like a large office and you're like, oh, it's the pairs theory. Where as long as I got a pair of blacks and I got a pair of Asians and I got a pair of Latinos and those are our 2 gays. Like, they feel like, and our work here is done, except there's 1,000 people. And those 2 black girls are definitely going to get mistaken for each other. But that's, for some people, representation and a seat at the table. I'm like, that is a seat at a shitty table that you leave that table, you have shit on your hands. Like, ugh, I don't even want to be in this office, much less have a seat at that table. But there's this notion that I don't really need to know about them. They need to know about us, because we are the people that make the decisions. And when you try to challenge someone, it's like, no, it makes the story deeper and richer and so much more nuanced and complex and interesting. And they're like, well, we don't want that from y'all. It's like, okay, lean into specificity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And magically, guess what ends up on air? The specificity that makes it a lot more interesting. You know, not every note should be taken.
Yeah. Ooh, that's
even when it comes from me.
Yeah.
Unless you're my child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're my kid.
Yeah.
You know, I hate this process. I hate it. And it breaks your heart. And it, you know, but again, there's only so many things that you can do. And as many times as you warn folks, it's jarring because it's like somebody dissecting your baby,
right,
and handing you back parts, and you're supposed to love it.
Yeah,
and you're like, I'm not taking this cut up baby out, like, and it's hard, and it's a hard process, which is why I have not adapted any of my own books.
Makes sense.
I don't trust anybody.
Yeah,
you're not turning my life into, you know, you're not going to note my real life to death. No,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I would also imagine that can make the creative process challenging, or can hinder the creative process in a lot of ways.
It can. It can, because it can make the adaptation take a lot longer. And there's never going to be a right answer. You know, you bring in all the, you know, the best writers that you think are right for the job. And, you know, it's a challenge between the author of the book and the writer who's doing the adaptation, because it feels like you're inviting someone in to insult you and something that is so near and dear and precious to you. Every and, but, or the.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, and that's fine. It is whatever. But you know, we had a discussion that we want to talk about. You guys can watch the video on your own, but I just wanted to make the point about how she talks about comments and how the modern times now, the comment section is a modern invention that did not exist, right? It's kind of like we have a microphone next to the people can speak. So I just always tell people, I encourage people to use their voice, because you can influence your representatives, right? If I'm a representative of this community, vocalize yourself, so you could, you know, even if I don't agree with you, you know, stay how you feel. I don't care. Engage with the content. Cyrus says, I always respected her as an actress. Yeah. Who hasn't? You know, Gabrielle is a beautiful. I think she's a good actress. Some people say she's not. You know, I don't really watch enough movies to determine that. You know, I'm not like a big movie buff. You know, a lot of people, there's a lot of black movies I've never seen before, and people make fun of me. But the truth of the matter is, I read more books than I've watched TV or movies. This is just a reality. So I'm more of an intellectual in that way, where, you know, I'm geeking. I was up last night reading a new book, right? I just got a new book by Myron Golden, incredible book by Myron Golden called Boss Moves. And I'm just like geeking over that. I was up all night, like listening to it and like trying to really soak in some of the wisdom this guy has. Anyway, another comment says, that's not even her real weave. It's simply a ponytail, probably even clip-on type. She just wanted to be fancy, in my opinion. Yeah, and honestly, I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not a big fan of weave, but I'm not kicking a girl that looks like that out of bed because she got that on her head now. Come on now, like we got to really weigh this out. You know, we're not illogical like women, right? Like, we don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, there's things bad about somebody. We understand that. You know, that's where you compromise. I don't really believe in compromise, but you know where you compromise is you won't get everything from your woman. When people talk about compromise, you got to compromise. You don't compromise in decisions. No. As a man, never compromise your decision. Don't make a decision because a woman told you to do so. Okay? But the compromise you make in life is that you won't have all the success in life that you want, and the compromise is understanding that you don't just get everything you want. As a human being, the real compromise in the world is that you will never have it all. So, I remember I had a discussion with somebody. I said, "Oh, you're in a marriage with somebody. You got to." I don't compromise nothing. There is no compromise, right? My faith, my view of the world. I'm going to go left, right? This is my view. That I'm going to go my direction, my boundaries, my standards. I'm going down the route I'm going. There is no compromise from that. I'm not going to stray away to appease a woman. I don't believe in that. So, but I'm saying that to say that I could deal with that ponytail. That's my compromise in the world where, I understand that I might be dealing a beautiful black woman, but she likes to wear long fake hair, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your ass back in the kitchen, girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. You feel me? Who cares? You got a girl that's cooking in your kitchen that looks like that, and she wants to please you, and you know what I'm saying? She's the woman you wake up to and go to bed to at night. Yeah. Life is pretty good for you, my brother. I'm gonna put the link in the description. You know what? Nah, I ain't gonna put. I gave you guys the opportunity to call in. Y'all didn't want to call in. It's cool. I'm not taking it personal, but I'm just trying to say I want to give you guys the opportunity to talk. Either way, like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I appreciate you guys. This live was fun. This is fun. I'm probably gonna go live tomorrow as well. Let's see. If I'm up to it, but I probably am gonna go live tomorrow. And make sure you guys check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there. Peace.